What's going on, guys? Updated 2025 shop tour video. I did film one about a year and a half ago, so if you want to see how the shop used to look, go check it out. It's on my YouTube page. Let's just get into it. So we are in an industrial manufacturing facility. We're in the kind of animal nutrition side of things, meaning we make food for animals. So we do deal with a lot of dust, which is why you see dust kind of everywhere. You'll see it on every surface, and I just wiped the shop down yesterday. And yeah, I mean, it gets dusty. But the name of the game in industrial maintenance is, or any kind of industrial manufacturing or manufacturing in general, if you're in the maintenance department, the name of the game is preventing and minimizing downtime. So the whole shop is set up as sort of a one-stop shop, hardware store and tooling shed. Anything we might need for any kind of mechanical, pneumatic, steam, electrical, HVAC, any kind of repair, we have to have access to that tooling and consumables, hardware, equipment in this shop. So that's the kind of philosophy behind having all of these spare parts. Spare consumables. Let's get into the kind of main wall. So we've got this main raceway. This is kind of the main working station if you're at the bench. And then this kind of backside is more dedicated to permanent shop equipment. So we've got our air compressor, receiver tank, backup air compressor, new air compressor, dust collector. So this whole backside is more reserved for equipment and kind of, I'd call it second retrievability, or stuff we don't need as much. So this main raceway, you come in the main door, we've got a fastenal bin full of hardware, which is awesome. This is a catch-all toolbox for, partly for me and the other maintenance technician, but also for our mill operators. So we've got about, 8 or 10 guys that share this toolbox, so it becomes a bit of a mess. And this is about the shape it's normally in, which is all right. So kind of a first one-stop shop toolbox for somebody that's just doing a little job by themselves. Over here we've got our power tool cabinet. This is a super nice cabinet we got off I think Yulin. Up above it is painting supplies, mag drill, porta-power, roto-hammer. And then inside of here, you can guess what our favorite flavor of power tool is. Yeah, guilty. We're the fanboys. But up here we got a 100-foot borescope for inspecting pipes and bins, laser levels, some miscellaneous items up here. Power tools, chargers. For what it's worth, this Milwaukee Maniac saw is junk. It's absolutely gutless, but the rest of the red stuff seems to work extremely well for us. So we've got bits and blades. So basically drill bits, abrasives, hole saws, stuff like that. Anything where if you're grabbing a power tool, you're going to grab a blade out of here. So that's the idea there. Got air tools, die grinders, air hammers, staplers, roto-hammer bits, and in this bottom drawer we've got the big bearing pullers and big 3/4 inch socket set. Go ahead and get this shut. Moving along the wall here down this raceway, we've got some bubble levels, electrical parts. This is the one-stop shop hardware shelf. This is like the main stuff we use. So push to connect air fittings, and you can take these out and, take this whole little drawer with you, which is kind of nice. I think we got this off of McMaster-Carr or Amazon. Pellet mill bolts, wire nuts, Tapcons, airline stuff. So that is our primary consumable rack right there. Some pipe tape, stuff like that lives up there. We've got cleaning supplies, silicone, Up here we've got abrasives, more cleaning supplies, common use stuff, anti-seize, rubber gloves. And then this is the Vito Pro Pack storage area that we can lock up at night. So we got our bags in here. There's usually like motion activated lights that I need to charge to kind of light this up and make it look nice. Here, you can see what I mean by the dust. Gets everywhere. But that's where we keep our bags. We got some pipe fittings down here. We've got 1/2 inch all the way up to 2 inch in stock, and we've even got some 3-inch stuff in stock. This is a spare parts cabinet, which is pretty cool actually. I think we got this off of Welding, or it might have even been Amazon. But we just keep miscellaneous stuff up here. You know, chain accessories, like little D-rings, and it's just a little hardware store. Gas tape, miscellaneous like little bubbler or air escape valves for piping. Bunch of junk. Airlines. We got more junk up here in bins. We got to go through and tidy that up a little bit. PVC stuff, plumbing. We got some pull plates for bucket elevators. Rigging equipment. We've got over here some extra dies. I think this is locked. Yeah, it's locked right now, but we've got some extra dies and cutters and stuff for the Rigid 500, which is an absolute beast of a pipe threader. It'll do up to 2 inch. We've also got a used, it was like $900 hogshead, or I don't know what the, pipe fitters would call that, but that thing will basically, you put it in the tri stand and you can thread 2.5 up to 4 inch pipe using the Rigid 500 as a driver. You hook up this jack shaft or this drive shaft up to here, put your pipe and hogshead in the tri stand, and you can thread some big pipe. We were just doing that the other day, so that's definitely paid for itself. And then up here we just keep some miscellaneous hand threaders and deburring tools and common threading items. Up there we've got some extra fan blades, flex or seal tight conduit stuff, chains, packs, power transmission belts, and then we're out the other side of the bench now. We've got a spare parts cabinet right here, extra air receiver for the dust collector. Here we've got bearings, spare bearings, solenoid valves, flow control valves, sort of our higher dollar spare parts live in that cabinet. And then back in here, we've got our flame cabinets. We just installed lights back here, and we got to do some cleaning and organization because it's a bit of a mess. If we walk back out this way, we've still got our vertical pipe rack that I built. That's still doing its job. Table saw, shop vac, and the bench serves as an outfeed table for the table saw. Pipe wrench bag. We've got some other part storage over here. This is a Crescent cart I bought. I do a lot more traveling for work now, going to different manufacturing plants owned by the same company. So I take this with me when I go, so I have a cart. And then on the other side of the bench, we've got, this is more electrical and miscellaneous consumable components. So we've got, push buttons for our operator stations, stuff like that. Push button graveyard, wire brushes, blank tags, letter stencils, anything you might need. We got some glass wipes and earplugs. And then in here we've got some common electrical items that we tend to grab. So got a couple extra contactors, overloads, We've got a ferrule crimping kit, which I just started using. I like these ferrules, they're pretty nice. There's an extra overload and motor starter. So I gotta go through here. I was just grabbing stuff out of here. Now this cabinet's a bit of a mess, but... And this is the bench I built about 3.5 years ago. Just a bunch of laminated 2x4s and 3/8 inch 3.5 by 3.5 square tubing. This thing is not bolted down, and it doesn't need to be. I had a 3-inch pipe in here just yesterday, and I was jumping on a 2-foot pipe wrench, tightening the elbow onto a pipe, and this bench did not move. It was a little overbuilt, but it is a very nice workbench. So, and it's got some character. We got this big Tecton vise, and that's about it. I breezed over some of the stuff. We do have a transformer up there, some miscellaneous light bulbs, some more stuff up top, but I'm gonna just back up and give you guys a nice wide angle view. And there you go. If you got any questions, comments, suggestions, leave them in the doobly-doo. Until next time, thanks.